NBA League Pass is now available at half price. Watch live games anywhere on your computer, phone, tablet, or connected device with the all-new NBA app. LeBron James. Cavs have lost 6 out of 8. We're not better than last year from a personnel standpoint. We're a top-heavy team. I just hope we're not satisfied. It's like when you don't have bodies, it's tough. We're top-heavy. It's me, Kyrie, Kevin Love. It's top-heavy. I'm not singling out anybody. I'm not. Yeah, we won the championship, but you know what? Let's see if we can do something. Challenging Dan Gilbert also to spend more. And Kevin Garnett in Area 21 got Rasheed Wallace hanging with him tonight. Your reaction. Just fill in the blank. LeBron James' comments were blank.
Surprising, because when you're a champion, and fill in this one when you want, you take on whatever the year is giving you. And I'm speaking from experience, right? The year is going to be ups and downs. It's going to be peaks and valleys.
Defending champs.
You got to know that you're getting everybody's best, first off, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, nothing's going to be perfect during the year. You're going to go through ups and downs, and through those peaks and valleys is what you learn about your teammates, what you learn about yourself, what you learn about everybody around you, the organization, everybody.
Well, what they're going through is the same thing. Last year, okay, they were on the way to winning the championship.
Right.
So a lot of the baskets, a lot of the things they were able to get away with from the front office all the way down to the floor.
Right.
But now you're defending champion. So now you are under that microscope just a little bit more. It's focused in a little bit more on you.
You're expected to win.
We're expecting you to do this. We're expecting you to do that all the way from the front office all the way down to the floor.
And on top of that, I want to add on, when champions go through stuff like this, we deal with it in the locker room. We're not talking to the media about anything other than
new
win.
age,
Right.
new
well,
age, social media.
I'm giving
age.
perspective here, and that's what I'm saying. We teaching here.
True.
So with that, you deal with it each other, because you know who's going to get us out of this? Each other. No one's coming through this door. The mentality is to take care of it right now, and us.
And address the issue face to face.
And be man about it. So that's our view on the issue. I feel like Cleveland's a championship pedigree. This type of behavior, this is when you're trying to make the playoffs, so when you're trying to figure out an identity. When you're a champion, you deal with it.
And this is normal. This is normal that's happening in that locker room. It's just that you're hearing about it now because of the whole social media era. But this is normal for the locker room.
You know, let me get into something real, because we're going to hear from our guys in Studio J here in a second. But LeBron James not the only one speaking out, and the Bulls blew a lead against Atlanta last night, and then Jimmy Butler and D. Wade had this to say.
Like, if you don't come in this pissed off after you lose any game, if you're not pissed off that you lost, man, something's wrong.
I don't know how you fix it. It just doesn't mean enough for guys around here to want to win ball games. And, it pisses me off, but I can't be frustrated and I can't care too much for these guys. They got to care for themselves.
Who cares who's shining? When we're winning, man, everybody looks great. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, man. I don't think that that's happening right now. I really don't.
And then get a load of this, and you got a little glimpse of it in the middle of that sound. But Rajon Rondo, Wade and Butler's Chicago teammate, said, my vets would never go to the media. They would come to the team. My vets didn't pick and choose when they wanted to bring it. My goal is to pass what I learned along. The young guys work. They show up. They don't deserve blame. If anything is questionable, it's the leadership. And there's Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett pictured there in that social media message from Rajon Rondo. So take it from here, KG.
This is what it is. We don't need to mask it or dress it up to be something else. All these subliminals coming out, obviously they have problems in their locker room. I don't know what's going on with Chicago, but I think the beginning of the year, everybody looked at this team was trying to figure out, where it was going. Trying to sort it out, right? This is just clean cut. Seems like they having issues in the locker room. Again, whatever goes on with the team needs to stay in the locker room. We talk about the locker room being sacred. It needs to stay sacred. And if you want results, I go to you as a player. I go to you as a teammate and say to you whatever my concerns are. And then we work towards the solution.
So you're saying that, or you feel as though a lot of the guys in the locker room with these respective teams are frustrated?
I say frustrated, but more importantly, when you have a frustrated, you know who understands this more than anybody? You do, because we're doing this together. So you know what? I'm going to come to you. I'm going to question everybody else in this locker room and go through that. I'm not coming out here talking to the mic. I'm not coming out here talking to media, telling them what's going on inside. We're going to figure this out, and when we figure it out, because when we win, everybody holds their hands. Everybody wins.
And to go with that, it's coming back on the NBA. You know, I hate to say it, but the lack of veteran leadership. You know, something like this in our era, we had vets, you know, pop you upside the head or pull you to the side. Hey, young fella, you can't, you know, you know, this and that. And then, like you just mentioned, it's all in-house. But now you're lacking veteran leadership amongst a lot of these young teams where the veteran is the guy on the team who's been in the league 8 years. Right. And, you know, no disrespect to, you know, any of those guys, but hey, you haven't been through enough. You haven't been through the trenches that a lot of Hoffs and a lot of other guys have been through. Yes, that championship
mentality, man. Mm-hmm. This is the difference between champions and good teams. Yep. To me, you can't compare that Chicago team to what Rondo was talking about. That team Rondo talking about in Boston was a championship pedigree built with champions and leaders. I don't know if Chicago has that. I know D-Wade's a leader. I know Rondo's a leader. I don't know anybody else in that locker room, so I can't say who's not a leader, who's not. And I'm not going there. I'm talking about the mentality throughout. Mm-hmm. Because when the leader has a problem, he's going to go to everybody and it's going to be the issue. Right. And I'm going to put the issue in everybody's hand to speak on it right then and there, and that's called being a man. That's mature. That's a mature locker room.
KG, thank you very much for that take. Let's go here, and I'll ask you, Chuck, with Tissot on the clock.